Hey, what up? It's Arona, aka Cinematic Cisse, and today I'm talking about the power of movie quotes. I don't care what nobody says. Movie quotes have so much power in them. There's people out there that have tattoos of a movie quote. I live by movie quotes myself. One of my favorite movie quotes is, "The only reason I let you live is if I could get something from you." That's said in my favorite movie, Deep Cover. Movie quotes have a lot of truth to them. Not all of them, but there's some people in some movies, or some movie characters, I should say, they could say one word and that quote will go on forever. And especially in movies like Batman. All Batman has to say is certain things and everybody will take it and run with it. Just like Rise, The Dark Knight Rises. There's somebody who has that tattooed on them. The what the Joker said, people had got that on them. Training Day, one of my other favorite movies. That movie's so quotable, it's not even funny. The Terminator, one of the most biggest action movies. Terminator 2, my favorite. Biggest action movies in the world, in all of cinematic history. And people still today quote it. "I'll be back. You're terminated." All that type of stuff. So nobody can say movies don't have an influence on people. Like I said, I do live by movie quotes. I quote too much from movies, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just like the Word of God. That book has been around for centuries. The people quote that, and you use that in movies. And some Christians don't know how to do that. They don't know how to incorporate that. And it's not sinful to do it. And it's not sinful to live by a movie quote, especially if it inspires you. A lot of people get inspiration from movie quotes. Like, I don't mean to repeat myself. I know I do. But just even some posters that might not be in, those words might not be in the movie, but they're just on the poster themselves. Like, I'll give an example. The Batman Arkham Origins poster, it says, "Your enemies will define you." And there's some truth to that. Because sometimes what people say can determine who you are, like how you treat somebody. They could say, "Yeah, I might not have liked that person, but they treated me well." So sometimes that like I said, it does have an element of truth to it. So don't discount every little thing in a movie. And I'm not saying you have to believe everything you hear in a movie, but I always knew that movies had a lot of truth to it. Some people didn't see it that way. All they saw it was, it's just a dumb movie. It's just this, it's just that. They don't see the cinematic creativity behind it. And if they really were to dig deep and study the film, not just watch it, but study it, they would see what it's talking about. And there's some unpopular movies that have some pretty powerful quotes too. Just like one of my favorite movies, Caught Up. It's on Tubi. You can check it out. Shout out to Tubi. The main character, Daryl Allen, says, "Thinking is as addictive as crack." And that's true. Sometimes I think way too much, and a piece of advice to you filmmakers: do not overthink anything. Do not overthink anything on a script, editing. Just because you will mess up, just like a test taking strategy. Overthinking can mess up tests. I failed many tests because I was overthinking. Don't overthink anything, even in life. That's why he said that quote. When I was 12 years old and I heard that, I understood it, but as I got older and went through some things in life, I found out that's very, very true. Thinking is as addictive as crack. You could just think way too much, and your thoughts go in and go and go and go. And then that's when those idle, sinful thoughts get in your mind because you're just thinking too much. Just like Bruce Lee said, don't think, feel. Martial arts teaches you to not think when you're fighting. Just feel. Don't think, "I gotta block this way, gotta block this way." You're just flowing. You're just blending. Wherever God's taking you in life, just blend with it. Don't overthink logically. Like, "Oh, well, this doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense." Everything God does in our lives, some things just don't make sense. And it's not supposed to be logical. God defies logic, human logic. So just flow with him. Like, I didn't mean to get off topic. I was just going based off of what that quote said from the movie. See how I was going on and on about something from a movie? That's how powerful cinema is. Cinema has a lot of power, and people don't see that, especially the church. They just never saw how much influence it has. It doesn't have to always be a dirty movie or something like that. Movies have just this mass influence over people. People live off this stuff. I know I do. Black Dope Cinema. That's how much I love it. That Black Dope is not about drugs. It's about how cool movies are. I'm just addicted to cinema since I was 3 years old and those movie quotes. So I don't care what nobody says, y'all. Movie quotes have power. We banging.